Life is a journey filled with joy, love, and laughter, but it also presents us with inevitable challenges. Loss is one of these challenges, a natural part of the human experience that brings with it a wave of emotions. Grief, the natural response to loss, is a complex and deeply personal experience. It's the emotional suffering you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. This pain can be intense and overwhelming, often leaving us feeling lost and uncertain. Depression, while sharing some similarities with grief, is a distinct mental health condition. It's a persistent state of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest in things that once brought joy. Imagine a dark cloud constantly hanging overhead, casting a shadow over everything you do. This pervasive sadness can significantly impact daily life, making it difficult to function normally. Both grief and depression are serious and deserve attention. Recognizing the differences between these two emotional states is crucial in seeking appropriate support and finding healing. While grief is a natural response to loss, depression may require professional intervention. Remember, you don't have to navigate these challenging emotions alone. Grief is not a one-size-fits-all experience. It manifests differently in each individual, influenced by factors like personality, coping mechanisms, and the nature of the loss. However, there are common signs that can help us recognize grief in ourselves and others. Emotionally, grief can feel like an emotional roller coaster. You might experience intense sadness, anger, guilt, or even relief. These feelings can be unpredictable, coming in waves that ebb and flow. One moment you might be laughing at a fond memory, and the next, you're overcome with sadness. Physically, grief can manifest as fatigue, loss of appetite, sleep disturbances, and even physical aches and pains. It's like your body is mirroring the emotional turmoil within. You might feel drained, have trouble concentrating, or experience changes in your energy levels. Grief also affects our thoughts and behaviors. It's common to experience forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and a sense of disorientation. You might find yourself constantly thinking about the loss, replaying memories, or searching for meaning in the situation. Depression, unlike grief, is not always tied to a specific loss. It can emerge from various factors, including genetics, life circumstances, and brain chemistry. Recognizing the symptoms of depression is crucial for early intervention and treatment. Depression casts a long shadow over emotional well-being. Persistent sadness, hopelessness, and a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed are hallmarks of this condition. Imagine feeling constantly weighed down, like you're wading through thick mud. Simple tasks that once brought joy now feel insurmountable. Physically, depression can manifest as changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and energy levels. You might experience insomnia or oversleeping, significant weight loss or gain, and persistent fatigue. It's like your body's internal battery is constantly drained, leaving you feeling physically and emotionally exhausted. Depression also impacts thoughts and behaviors. Difficulty concentrating, making decisions, and remembering things are common. You might experience feelings of worthlessness, guilt, and hopelessness. These negative thought patterns can become all-consuming, leading to social withdrawal, self-isolation, and in severe cases, thoughts of suicide. While grief and depression share some overlapping symptoms, understanding their key differences is crucial for seeking appropriate support. One distinguishing factor is the duration and intensity of symptoms. Grief, while painful, tends to come in waves. There are moments of respite where you might experience joy, laughter, or find yourself reminiscing about happy memories. Depression, on the other hand, is more constant. The sadness and hopelessness persist, casting a shadow over everything. Another key difference lies in self-esteem. During grief, while you're experiencing intense sadness, your self-worth usually remains intact. You might blame yourself for the loss, but you don't generally feel worthless as a person. Depression, however, often involves feelings of worthlessness, self-loathing, and a diminished sense of self. The focus of thoughts is another differentiating factor. In grief, your thoughts tend to revolve around the loss and the person or thing you've lost. You might replay memories, think about what you miss, or imagine what life would be like if things were different. In depression, thoughts are often more self-critical and pessimistic. You might dwell on past mistakes, have negative thoughts about the future, or struggle to see any positive aspects of your life. Remember, it's possible to experience both grief and depression simultaneously. If you're unsure about what you're experiencing, it's essential to reach out for professional help. A mental health professional can help you understand your emotions and develop a plan for healing.